Loading Up Podcast. Game on.
Perfect. Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Zay, and today we have with us Brother Tay.
I'm smoking on that good and alcohol. What's up?
What's up, man? We also have the mastermind on the boards, Producer Jay.
Yo.
What's going on?
What's up?
Let's before we get into the whole show, let's just talk a little bit about our sponsors, and for you guys to click all the links down in the description. Got some great deals for you for W Energy, where you could get 10% off your orders, refuel all your energy needs with them. They're great products. They taste really good too. NordVPN, where you can get all your VPN action with a 67% off a 2-year plan. Absolutely crazy savings. Stay safe on the internet with that and watch Netflix in Japan. It's way better.
Use that all the time. My wife uses it all the time. That's why she watches our anime.
Exactly.
Oh.
Also, we have Starforge Systems, where you can get discounts on custom pre-builds as well as custom PCs. Get those links in the description down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It is free to do. In the words of Producer Jay, we need more earballs out there listening, watching.
It's the word of God.
You know? And thank you guys for listening. Now, right into the show. What's going on, fellas? Let's talk to me. What have you guys been playing? Brother Tay?
I've been on my Nintendo Switch because I got the 64 emulator. I decided that I would want some Mario timing, and I've been playing Mario. Ironically, I've been playing Mario Golf and Mario Tennis.
Oh, nice. You know, it is the 40th anniversary.
I know it's not nice. It's not nice. I fucking hate those games. Sorry now. Can't stand that shit. I'm gonna beat it. That's the goal, but like fuck them in their power sourcing and their like power scaling, whatever.
They're the worst.
I can't. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm still on my Kingdom Hearts run. I've been making really good progress. Like I don't know. I thought that when I played Kingdom Hearts as a kid, I thought this game was hard. And when I played it, like I played on regular difficulty. And now I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty as an adult. And I'm just like, this is not that bad. So part of me I'm starting to think that maybe I was just very underleveled when I played it originally. Because that's how I'm beating bosses that like, because in the original game, you weren't able to skip cutscenes. So there would be parts in the game where I would have to keep repeating and repeating because I kept losing. So the cutscenes right beforehand will be seared into my brain, and I would remember lines of dialogue like in every cutscene. And I'm reciting it. It's like I know this level. I know what he's about to say. I know what Donald is gonna say next, and then Sora, and then Goofy, and everything. And then I just beat the boss, and I'm just like, why was this so hard for me as a kid?
Because you're a child.
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you right now, because I went back and beat Kingdom Hearts 1 as an adult, and I was like, what was the struggle here?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's what I said. Like I was just severely underleveled for where I was supposed to be at in the game. And yeah, I'm gonna just chalk it up to that. I've also been playing, Baldur's Gate. I did reach a part of the game which caught me way off guard.
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
So we went to the House of Hope, which is Raphael's place.
Yeah.
And we stole the hammer. We found a way to do it.
Nice.
And
Do it.
The boss battle that precedes it.
Mm-hmm.
It caught me off guard.
Fucking epic, isn't it?
Yo, I was not expecting what happens because it basically feels like a musical.
It is. He
that's-
sings.
Yes.
If
he
you
sings.
get real close, you can see his lips moving. He's
Oh, for
singing the whole
real?
time. Yes.
Oh, yo, I'm gonna do that because I didn't actually beat him yet. We had to stop midway because
Uh-huh.
we got very far, and now he's like the only one left. But we're
Okay.
very low on health and we're low on spell slots, so we're probably gonna have to restart it. But that's crazy. I didn't even notice that amount of detail.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is one of the best fights, as well as the best songs in the game.
Yes, yo, I was not expecting that, and it was such a treat. And my wife, because she's a Broadway like fiend, and she knows
Mhm.
like a lot of these songs. She listens to them,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "What is this? It's like a musical."
Yes.
And it was so fun, and I'm happy that like it. I'm happy that they took the time to do something like this because
Mhm.
it wasn't necessary. But they did it anyway, and
Yeah.
it added that much like you said, epic. It was an
Yeah.
epic encounter, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's one of those fights in the game that really sets the tone for the rest of the game. But you just think about that fight even after you beat the game. I think that fight should have been the end fight.
yeah, honestly,
It's
that's
so
what it
epic.
feels like a final boss battle type thing, but yeah, if there's like that level of thought put into these boss battles like going forward, then I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I've been playing that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've still been doing my side quests with um blueprints and super hot, and I'm trying to make it more of a point to like bounce back and forth between games that I play on my ROG Ally, just because I feel like that's where I'm gonna be playing the most, not the most in general, but like the most different types of games. I wouldn't play a game like Blueprints on my like home Xbox. I don't know, maybe I would. I just never did it because it's like once I start a game on my Ally, like that's my Ally game. I can't just go back and forth. Even though I could, like I have the ability
That's
to
the
do
whole
it.
point of
Yeah,
it.
that's the whole
Yeah.
point. But I don't know. It's something about it. But anyway, I did try out. Because I was trying to figure out something with my job's work Wi-Fi because for whatever reason it wouldn't let me stream games. But then I figured it out and I got it working and I was playing Doom, the first Doom, 2016.
This really gonna get
And
us in trouble. You
What?
hear this? That's why
What?
your work Wi-Fi is not letting you stream games. Oh, the job gonna be like, "What you doing on your time?"
Hey, listen, they let me do it. Well, at least I figured out a way to let them do it. Let
I
me do
swear
it.
to God.
But
I swear to God. I swear on everything I
but
love.
yeah, so I was playing it through streaming, and I mentioned this before, but it continues to like blow my mind how fluid streaming games is now, because I was playing it and it felt almost native. Like if it for the untrained eye, for like a like a casual gamer or something like that, it would be considered like native.
Yeah.
So I'm really like looking forward to the future of like cloud, because it really felt like I was playing it just regular and I wasn't streaming it. That's how good of quality it was. And I'm sure it was. I don't know this for sure. I think the cloud games, at least right now, they run on the Series S version, and it was running flawlessly. And I know that's because the game originally released on last gen, so obviously like the Series S is going to be able to run it at least at that rate. But yeah, it was looking good. It was playing good. It was just a nice experience, and it always throws me off, even though it shouldn't at this point because I've tried it multiple times. And yeah, game streaming, I'm telling you, within the next 5 years it's going to be the norm.
Well, with all the data centers they're building, I hope it is.
Yeah, and they're supposedly gonna they're gonna like increase like increase the amount of servers they have. So it's only gonna get better.
Of
Hopefully.
course. Yeah. All right, let's get. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, I've been playing the Rogue Prince of Persia, and I started a new run for the recording that you're seeing. So I know a little bit about the map and the enemies, and you see me like beat the boss on first try, which is not normal. So, but I'm having such fun with it that I'm almost at the end. I thought the game is like one of those games that doesn't end, but as you go along, you unlock more areas and more things to find to get to an actual ending. So now that I know that, I want to finish the game, you know? And so I've been playing a lot of that as well as a lot of Helldivers 2. I also jumped back into Gears of War Reloaded. We're doing the campaign with my wife.
Nice.
The first Gears has a special place in our hearts for the very first one for me and my wife because I got her the Gears of War themed 360 for
Oh man.
Christmas, and she
Oh.
that's where we like really jumped off into gaming together was Gears of War. So going back and playing it with her, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Is that
That's what I've
That's
you
been playing.
remember this when you got mad at me?
Yeah, we're doing that now. She was like, I'm gonna get scared. I said, I got this. I know where all the wretches come from. So like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of memories. I still remember where all the collectibles are, which is absolutely insane.
yeah.
It's okay, it
Don't ask me
happens.
what I had for breakfast yesterday, but where the collectibles are in chapter 2 on Gears of War, I got you.
That's what happens. That's what happens when we get older. It is what it is.
Like I said with the whole Kingdom Hearts, I could remember like line for line,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what I ate yesterday. So
It's okay.
Fact.
I remember most of the Charger was from Uncharted 2, so it is what it is.
Nice. Yeah, I
we
guess we all have
associate
that.
we associate good memories like with our deep what is it called, the long term memory. That's why.
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
why
say
we put 'em-
depression.
Damn,
Depression. I was gonna depression.
got dark.
All right,
That's what I thought you were about. My fault.
No, we're good. Let's I guess we'll move on to lighter news. An insider and content creator has claimed that the developer of Rockstar Games is extremely confident in the current release date for Grand Theft Auto 6, which everybody is heavily speculating that there's going to be a second delay. This extreme confidence has gone to show us that it is unlikely that a second delay will happen and that we will have the Grand Theft Auto 6 in March of next year. And I really hope this is true.
I hate to be Johnny Raincloud. It's not happening. It's
Come
getting
on.
delayed again. Like Rockstar is notorious for delay at
No.
least twice. Every single game they've
No,
released
no.
over the past 2 decades, which is
No,
not much.
producer, yeah, no. Let him have this, because just like
You're
the
not-
Cowboys,
I'm-
just like the Cowboys do for their fans in Dallas and Texas, Rockstar will let Brothers A down, and we just gotta wait.
So when it
Gotta wait.
That's crazy.
so in like January or February, I'll be like, how about that GTA 6?
Listen. You know what?
I mean,
can't win.
no, you know what? I think they're trying to get ahead of the game because they know people are expecting a delay, so they're trying to keep optimism high. I mean, with as long as the development has been, I don't want it to be delayed. Let me get that out there. I don't want it to be delayed. I wanted it to come out this year. But the fact that they already delayed it, so it's just what happens. And especially now, it's not just them, it's every developer has like been delaying games recently. So I think it's because Rockstar is known for doing it that people are just expecting it in case it happens. If it doesn't, I hope so. I want it to be true. I want them to stick to their release date. But I'm just the pessimist in me is not letting me do that. So I just got to be real. I don't think they're going to hit it. I think they're going to delay it probably till like September.
I don't like you. Let's move on. No, it's not.
Listen, it's better to expect the worst and hope for the best. You know?
That's my normal way of thinking in life, but please let it not be true for this.
Only time will tell. Well, like I said, it will know by January if they're actually gonna do this or not.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. I guess we'll just continue right on. So we have some news out of Square Enix. They have announced Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate a release date of January 22nd, 2026 for Nintendo Switch and the Xbox Series consoles, which is big news. We have a lot of that means finally Final Fantasy VII Remake will be coming to Xbox. Everybody who's on Xbox only and is waiting for it, it's gonna be there. I have it on PC. I will buy it again on Xbox because I love Final Fantasy VII. So I'm definitely gonna be picking it up. I'm happy that the Xbox players will get their chance to play it, and happy that they're finally gonna be coming to the system officially from Square Enix themselves, saying that it's coming,
Yeah.
and not just speculating that it will come potentially after whatever amount of time they think Sony is gonna allow them to do it. It is officially coming. That's it. I hope it comes as a bundle. I'm not even sure, but
No, I think they're just gonna release the first game.
okay, the integrate.
Yeah, and then possibly the second game later on next year.
Yeah,
Or they could just do it in January, like just wait a whole year. It really, honestly, we were just talking about GTA. It really just depends on if GTA releases on time or not, because I know a lot of developers are planning their release around that.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I think that's probably what's gonna happen. They'll just release it later, next year. And I think it's nice of them to just embrace being multi-platform and saying that they're gonna release everything. Because for whatever reason, people just assumed that they were still gonna adopt this whole timed exclusive thing with PlayStation. That they
Yeah.
were gonna release the third one on PlayStation and then release it a year later after the fact, elsewhere. But no, they're getting ahead of it. They're saying no, day one, it's coming to everything. So
Yeah.
at least we know the first two games will release on Switch or Switch 2 and Xbox before the third game is released.
There
So
are
at least we know that
plans.
much. And it's
Yeah,
funny too because I trust me, I know the significance of Final Fantasy VII. I know it has like a special place in everybody's like nostalgia and childhood and stuff like that. But personally, I never got into it. I was never really exposed to it. So I don't
Yeah.
have that same nostalgia. So I just mentioned earlier that I got into Kingdom Hearts though, which was heavily like inspired by Final Fantasy. It has characters from Final Fantasy in it. So including Cloud. So
Yeah.
so it was always weird that like I got into that but not Final Fantasy. And I to this day I still wonder like is it worth getting into?
I think Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a good, starting point for you because it's different than the other Final Fantasies than what maybe you have an image of.
I know it's turn-based.
No, it's not. The remake's not
It's
turn-based.
not.
No, the
Yeah.
remake, yeah, I know the remake, but I'm talking about the other games.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
but that's-
I was gonna say I think that might have been why you weren't as into Final Fantasy as you were to Kingdom Hearts. Well, that was the reason why I wasn't into the Final Fantasy as much as Kingdom Hearts. I hated turn-based games growing up.
You know, that could be it, but I was a fan of Pokemon. So like I don't maybe it was just
Pokemon was better. Don't you put that?
oh, you those are some strong words.
We're in the same boat. That's why I'm saying this to you.
Maybe it's just like the turn-based style works better, at least in my mind, works better on the go. Where like I'm not pressured into like precise timing and stuff like that. I can take my time, think things out. Whereas like whenever I play a game at home, I'm like thinking on the fly, and it's more action based and live, whatever. But when I'm playing on the go, which was like Pokemon, like I can think about stuff. I can take my time. I don't know. It makes sense to me in my head. But yeah, and it's also gonna be at least on Xbox a Play Anywhere title. So if I
Yes.
really wanted to, I could get into it on my Ally.
On the go, yeah.
So hopefully it
Okay.
runs good on that.
Well, I also want to just point out that with Final Fantasy Remake, it is coming to Xbox, and then all the future ones coming to Xbox. Xbox has literally all the Final Fantasies available, more than even PlayStation, because of backwards compatibility. You can
Oh
play
yeah, 13.
you can play all of them on Xbox, which is great.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting too, because like I don't know why. Well, I mean, maybe it was just because of the reception that Square never decided to port that over 13, and was it versus 13?
I think it's more but I think it's more has to do with Sony not having like a backwards compatible
Well,
like
I meant
version
I
for
meant
their.
just like making it available to play, because they made everything else available, but I guess those are a little bit harder to do. I don't know. But I also mentioned like, are they popular enough to do that?
True.
That's true.
So-
Well, whether they're popular enough or not, you can play literally every single Final Fantasy on the Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Very true.
which is crazy to say that, because at least Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate has been an exclusive for however long it's been out.
right.
Not anymore.
And I think, hold on, I'm gonna double check because I could be wrong,
What's that?
but I think the Final Fantasy this remake is gonna be at a discount.
Oh, I didn't know if they talked about price. That's a good question.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I know you can pre-order it now, but I remember seeing something about it being only like $40.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I gotta see. I gotta double check because that's a great deal. Oh no, you can't pre-order it right now. It's on the store. You can't pre-order it yet. Then where was it
Did it
that I
have a
saw?
price?
No, it doesn't show a price. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Limited early purchase edition.
There you go.
Yeah, $40.
No, that's great.
Yep. See?
Yeah, so definitely take advantage of that if you can.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's I guess we could keep right on going because we had some Nintendo news to talk about. They just finished a direct a couple days ago, if you're listening to this. Let's talk about what they showcased. I didn't even know it was on.
I forgot
don't-
about it too.
Yeah, I loaded up YouTube, I turned on, I was like, oh, there's a direct today? Okay. let's
That
let's
sounds
go
about right.
watch.
That's
That's
usually
Yeah.
how it
To be
goes.
fair. Yeah, that sounds about right, to be fair.
Surprisingly, they showed a Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer, or a teaser, not the whole trailer, a teaser for the movie. That looked really cool. The first Super Mario movie was really good. So
I'm
looking
there day
forward.
one.
I swear to
I'm
God.
looking forward to this movie. It looks really dope.
It's really interesting that they decided to go all the way to Galaxy.
I was
right
gonna
after
say,
Mario Bros.
like, I saw a trailer for this. It wasn't a Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
No sunshine. No sunshine for us, I guess.
No Sunshine, no 64. I mean, how would you even translate that into a movie? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess Galaxy is more marketable to casual audiences.
Who knows? It may be nothing like the game,
Well,
could
yeah,
just
the
be
the, the
title.
first one is nothing like the game. It just had
Exactly.
references. It was like an amalgamation of everything that you know about Mario put into one movie, but it
Yeah.
doesn't follow any particular storyline from the game. So that's
Yeah.
probably what's gonna happen here. That they're taking the Galaxy's like concept, but it's not gonna be the same thing as the game.
Yes.
They might have references to Sunshine and 64.
It definitely will.
Well, they
don't
had
see why
they had
wouldn't.
a freaking Luma in the first movie, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's coming. The Super Mario Galaxy coming to the Nintendo Switch. 2. They announced for Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Oh yeah, the remasters.
Yes. As also, Isn't the second part coming as well?
So yeah, it's Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. The
Yeah.
first one was available originally in the 3D All-Star collection,
Yes.
which for whatever reason Nintendo decided to delist them, so you couldn't buy them anymore after a certain point.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So that had Mario 64, Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Only the first one though. And then
Yeah.
they delisted them. They took the cartridges out of circulation, so you couldn't get them. It was
Which
just
is
gone.
crazy. I didn't even know that I don't remember that they did that.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I to this day I don't understand why they did that.
I
But
have that game.
this announcement kind of like makes it a little bit clearer. They wanted people to double dip,
For sure.
or at least if you missed out on the first one, you can buy them, but in another bundle.
Yeah. I mean,
And
they
then
are
now
selling it separately.
Yeah, they're selling it separately for $40.
40, yeah. $40 each.
So, and
Or
then
you can buy it digitally in the bundle for 70.
yeah, for the first 2 games. But then the original 3D All-Stars had the first 3 games for I think it was $50.
Yes.
So yeah, is Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
Facts.
And it's funny because I was talking with my brother about it when the movie was announced, and I was saying like I gotta get my kids to play Galaxy because they only played Odyssey, and that's their only reference point for, well, not only, but like the main reference point for Mario. And I was like, but I have the 3D All Stars collection, so like I have at least the first Galaxy game, so I can get my son to play because he's the one who plays it the most, my oldest.
Okay.
And to get them kind of like for them to understand like what Galaxy was about, I guess. But I don't know if that'll mean anything, but
Not likely, but it's still nice
yeah.
to play.
yeah. It just sucks that I gotta pay $40 to play the second one. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
We got some more announcements. They announced Super Mario Brothers Wonders 2 is coming out in the spring, along with some DLC.
Wait, 2?
Yeah, Super Mario Wonder 2.
I thought it was just Switch 2 version.
Is it?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh yeah, it says it's getting a Switch 2 version.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
spring.
that game just came out last year. Like, are they gonna have 2 already?
You're right. I read that wrong. My bad. Super Mario Galaxy, no, Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I read wrong. I just read Mario Wonder Switch 2. I was like,
So you just put the 2 in
yeah.
after. No,
Yeah,
I
we
mean
also-
that makes sense.
yeah, I mean they did talk about a lot of Switch games that were getting Switch 2 ports. So in this direct, of course, they're gonna double dip. That's Nintendo for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising they're following Sony in terms of like if you want the Switch 2 version, you got to pay. It's not free, so but at least you can get it. You don't have to rebuy the whole game because honestly, I probably would have expected that. But there is a kind of like a loophole that you can take advantage of. At least right now, I don't know if they've like patched it or whatever. So you can get 2 versions of the game, and you don't have to buy the game. So like, or you can get the Switch 2 version essentially just for $10, even if you didn't own the original game. So if you know someone, or if you're able to get a copy of the physical version of like a Switch game that has a Switch 2 version, just put it in your Switch or Switch 2, pay the $10 to upgrade it, and then you get the digital version for $10. And then you just give it back the original version to whoever you got it from.
Interesting.
So
That
if you
sounds
don't-
like they're gonna patch it soon, make it
I
not
don't-
available.
Well, I don't know how they would patch it, but it's a loophole that you can take advantage of if you don't want to buy the whole Switch 2 version. Just if you can find the original Switch version and then upgrade for $10, you'll get that version. and you don't got to keep it because it's the whole game key card thing. That's how they're able to like differentiate it, because you don't have to put the game inside. Like they basically just give you the digital version.
That's still
Which
pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, and it's a huge oversight. I don't think they thought about that.
Anyway, we got some more Mario Tennis Fever. That I saw the announcement in the trailer. You should watch it on YouTube. It looks really fun, especially because they added a story mode to it, and people were saying it's worthy of a Dragon Ball spin-off.
Yeah,
Take that what you will, but it does
yeah.
look fun.
So I don't. Have you ever played the? You probably haven't. It's the Game Boy version of Mario Tennis, the original Mario Tennis.
Not the Game Boy
No.
version, no.
Yeah. So me and my brother had that, and I don't know why they decided to do it, but they made that into basically it was like a RPG, and it was a very in-depth version, it was a very in-depth RPG game, like for the campaign at least.
Are you talking about the new Mario, the Power Tennis
No,
one?
no,
New one?
not the new one. The original Mario Tennis for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy.
Okay.
So
I
they
was like,
made
'cause
that.
I was like, they
They
made the new Mario Tennis also an RPG as well, technically.
Yeah, so I think that's where they're getting that inspiration from, because the first original Game Boy version was an RPG and people loved it. I loved it. And I think because it wasn't like you wouldn't expect that from friggin' Mario Tennis. Like why would you expect an RPG game from Mario Tennis? I think they're taking that into account and how popular it was, and now they're bringing it to the new one and being like, okay, so we can actually do something here. Even though it's tennis, that doesn't mean that we can't actually do something, you know? So it's pretty cool that they decided to do that. And the story is pretty interesting. It's the one where they turn the main cast into babies. Or am
Okay.
I thinking of a different game?
No, I didn't even get to see that far into the trailer.
Yeah, I think that's
I
the one that
was
is.
going through them so fast.
Yeah. I think that's the one I saw where the main cast gets turned into a baby and turn into babies, and then like you gotta like not fight your way through, but like play matches in order to figure out. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention much. But I mean that's the thing with these switches, like with Mario games, like it's Mario, like you don't really gotta pay attention. You
Yeah,
kind
you're
of know
gonna
what
get
you're
it.
getting. Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We also got a release date for Metro Prime 4. It comes out this December, and they showed some more of it, and they even had amiibos. You have a Metro Prime 4 like bike. It looks to be like Metro Prime is gonna be a little open world. I don't know what the direction this game's going, but we do have a date, and I think that people are pretty excited about this game. They've been talking about this game for a lot. So it comes out this year, December 4th, my wife's birthday. um yeah, what do you guys think about the Metro Prime 4?
I mean, I was never a huge Metroid Prime person. I did play like I think the first and second game, but I never beat them. And like it was kind of like I don't mean this term as like an insult, but it was kind of like baby's first person shooter. So
Damn.
that's the best way to describe it, because like it took the aspects of like Metroid and what you expect from that kind of game, but they put it in a first person shooter, but like the first person shooter aspects were very like streamlined. It was simple. There was not it wasn't confusing. So I think it was like an introductory type game for that type of genre. But I just never got into it. I mean, not to say that it's bad. I just, I played a long time ago. I was into other stuff. Um, I don't know how I feel about it going open world, like with the whole bike stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot, like seeing it in action. It screams to me that Nintendo is just like, we gotta make it like Breath of the Wild. We
Yeah.
gotta make it open world. We gotta add collectibles. We gotta add all the stuff that people loved about Breath of the Wild and put it in this game, because it feels like that's what they did for the Donkey Kong game, and that's probably what's going to happen with the next Mario game, because Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, those are like highly regarded as like probably arguably the best Switch games that you can get. So I think Nintendo's getting the wrong messages from that, and now they're trying to make every tentpole franchise into that, which is it's not the right move. You don't want to just turn everything into that. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
But-
see how it plays out.
Yeah, because I
People
mean,
like it.
all the Metroid games have been at least good. So hopefully this is at least good.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
think
they
it'll
knock it
be-
out the park.
I think it'll be good. Even though all the collectibles stuff, at least the games have been good to people. And
Yeah, I mean, it'll have
streamers.
its audience. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, streamers they'll enjoy it. Like I've seen some streamers and everything. It seems like it's been good so far.
So yeah, we'll see once the game comes out and people get their hands on it. You know it's gonna get nominated for Game of the Year, even though it's right at the tail end of the year. They're
It's
gonna
a
squeeze it in
Nintendo-
somehow.
And Nintendo always gets some bullshit in there. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is.
Of course, and it's Metroid. Like that's
That's what
it's
people
gonna happen.
the whole time. And of course it's gonna be. Of course.
I want to talk about this update from the Nintendo Direct. They showcased that after 30 years, Nintendo's finally bringing back what everybody wanted, a Virtual Boy. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, nobody wants this. I was very surprised that they even made one. They actually made a Virtual Boy you're gonna get. It's a
Yeah, it's
if
a
I'm not
physical thing.
mistaken, they have the Switch Online Plus expansion pack will have the games, and they will have a cardboard version that you can buy for like $40, or the physical Virtual Boy for $100. And that's coming February.
Ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
Which
nobody
is
wants
gonna be
this.
great.
I'm sorry.
Which weird.
No.
You want to miss the game and watch again? What?
No.
this just goes to show that Nintendo knows that their fan base will just buy anything. And will defend
Absolutely.
it.
Yep.
And that's
Mm.
like the Virtual Boy was Nintendo's. It's not even an argument. It's Nintendo's worst console ever. Like that.
It really
it's
is.
like it's on paper.
Come on. Wii U is still a thing. Don't be rude.
No, this was worse. This was
Virtual Boy is
way
definitely
worse.
worse.
I know. I'm fully aware of what it is. So trust me. Mistakes
Yeah.
are happen.
So this is I don't know who in like up in the higher ups in Nintendo said, you know what? I know the fans have been asking for Nintendo DS support. Let's give them the Virtual Boy. Because that's what people were wanting. People were I don't want to say conspiring, but they were thinking about like, why did they put two USB-C ports on the top and the bottom? That could be maybe they can add a peripheral where they can add an extra screen on top, and that way you can play 3DS games on the virtual console. Like they were coming up with all these theories about what they could do with it, and it was not true. That's not. I don't even think Nintendo even thought of that. They probably are now, but but the fact that they thought the Virtual Boy was a good addition for the Nintendo Online streaming stuff, it's just it honestly it feels like a slap in the face.
You know what it is? I think they're running out of ideas to bring back stuff. They don't want to listen to anybody, so they're just like, let's just do whatever. Virtual Boy next, whatever.
But
just
the
enough
thing
to
is-
increase the price of their online stores.
Well, okay, you know that's probably true, but they haven't even added like the top games that people wanted to add on the service. Like I get there's a lot of licensing issues and stuff like that, but just add freaking Pokemon. Like why hasn't there been Pokemon Red and Blue on the
Because
virtual console? Like
they want they're saving those. They want you to keep buying these Pokemon. I don't fuck what you think. You know this.
I don't get it.
It's not about you to get. It's about them to get in the money.
Yeah. I think that's really the biggest of news that came out of the direct. It overall
Well,
didn't.
so there was there.
Which one do you want to talk about?
I mean, not that I want to talk about, but the fact that they ended the direct with Fire Emblem, and everybody was just like, "That's it."
Listen, Fire Emblem has a huge fan base. People
Fan
I know.
really, really love Fire Emblem.
I know.
I know.
not-
I know Brea, one of my friends, Brea. She is getting a Switch 2 just because of this Fire Emblem. Nothing
Wow.
else, just because of the Fire Emblem game.
So that's the thing. Like, it's great if you are a Fire Emblem fan, but there's not a lot of Fire Emblem fans. So it's kind of like it felt like, honestly, it felt like one of the Jeff Keighley shows where it's like they have that one more thing and then it's like, oh, it's this big game, and it's like, okay, cool. It's like I already. It's not like, I don't know. It's cool for the fans, but in terms of like the overall aspect, this direct entirely. I know they had other games that they showed. They had that open world Pokemon game that it looked like Minecraft.
Is the Pokemon Pokea? Something like that.
Yeah, Pokea, something like that.
Yeah.
Then
With
they
your
had the
Ditto.
yeah, it looked weird. They had the Yoshi game and a bunch of third parties, which it's always funny to me that like Nintendo's boasting about like third party support because the Switch and the Wii U had like very little third party support, even though like developers tried. I remember when the Switch 2 first, like within the first few years, developers were trying to put their games on the Switch, but it was such a hassle, and I'm assuming it was like very hard to do, that they just gave up halfway through. That they was just like, you know what? Never mind. It's not worth it to try and like shrink our game into fitting on and running on a Switch. But yeah, now that the Switch 2 is capable of running these games, Nintendo is like all over it. Like they're talking about every game. I remember during the reveal showcase, like 70% of it was just games that released like a year or two earlier, but because it's able to run on a Switch 2 now, like they gotta hype it up, you know? But even though like if you wanted to play those games, you would have played it already. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just funny how like that now they're trying to do that. But eventually we're gonna reach a point where the PS6 and the next Xbox is gonna come out, and then we're just gonna be back to square one, where games are not gonna come out on Switch 2 because it's too hard to backport it. So,
What?
I mean, I've gotten into it with a few like Nintendo fanboys, and they're so hilarious. Like it's funny talking to them because they're acting like they weren't the butt of every joke for like decades in terms of like the performance comparisons and stuff like that. Now they're starting to join in and starting to say, "Look, it performs. It looks better than the PS5." It's like, bro, you just got here, bro. Like, you have no idea. And then like in 2 years, it's gonna become like obsolete anyway. So it's like, enjoy these comparisons while you can.
I honestly think nobody buys a Switch 2 to play like Cyberpunk. You
That's
know,
what
like
I'm
it doesn't make
saying.
sense. Like
Like, it's good to have it as an option, but if you wanted to play Cyberpunk, you would have played it already. You would have played it on the Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, or on streaming on Nvidia or whatever. Like, it's
the GeForce
available
Now. Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah. So I get that it's cool to have it there, but it's like you're basically just getting the worst version of it. So I don't know. Again, like, I get it. There's Nintendo fanboys and stuff like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a fan of Nintendo. I'm a fan of Nintendo. I will eventually be getting a Switch 2, but it's not until they reveal a new Smash game. So that's my cutoff. That's my, once they reveal Smash, that's it. I got it. But yeah, there's nothing really if you were curious about getting a Switch 2 and you're like on the fence and stuff like that, in my opinion, just wait it out. Majority of the games that are releasing are coming to Switch anyway. If you're not too like if you don't care too much about the like power and performance and stuff like that, just get the Switch version. Who cares?
Want some strong words.
I'm just saying, like, if the next Smash game is exclusive to Switch 2, then I'm there.
Yeah. Let's get into some news because we're done with the, I guess, goodish news for Nintendo. Let's get into some bad news. It's the last bit of news we have, and it's coming from Nintendo. I wanted to end things off with some Nintendo hate. Well, I guess the patent office has made a huge mistake because Nintendo has patented the ability to summon and have something fight for you in a game. It is known as patent 1243, 12403, and without contention, they have just patented the ability to summon something in a game that fights for you. And it's sort of just going back and forth with Pocket Pair, the creators of Power World. And it seems like Nintendo is just constantly patenting things that they deem is their product or their way of their gaming, so that way other games can't use it. But this is going down a very bad slippery slope, if you ask me. Having video game companies patent certain aspects of games, just like when Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system. Now the patent of summoning creatures. When summoning creatures have been in games since forever. It was in World of Warcraft. It's in so many different games. It's in Baldur's Gate 3, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So you're telling me now Nintendo has exclusive rights to that? This is just going down a slippery slope where, like, who's to say Microsoft can't just patent a certain aspect of video game, like a first-person shooter, and then nobody else can make first-person shooters besides Microsoft. That's that's where we're going, because companies are just gonna start patenting off different mechanics, so that way they can actually don't have to pay Nintendo or whoever to use that mechanic or get in trouble because they use that mechanic in their game. It's just really bad. We're going down a bad path with these patents.
Yeah. There was actually another example that's even older that I think it was Bandai that they patented the mini games in the loading screens that
Terrible.
there were some games that did that, and they patented it. It was, I think, for the Dragon Ball Z games, where you could like press a button and like it'll you can play a game while like a little mini game while the game loads. Nope, that they patented it. Nobody else could use it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's like, so all right, I actually did look into this, and it's a little bit more complex than like what we're talking about. So yeah, it does include the whole summoning a monster or a creature to fight another creature, but it's like worded in a way and mixed in with other aspects of, because it's for the upcoming Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah.
That they patented a bunch of stuff, and it's like mixed in with the way you're able to fly on a character, and then when you dismount, you can jump into a battle, and then that's where that aspect comes into it. So it's like it's very specific, but the problem is that this is Nintendo we're talking about. They already, like you said, have gotten into litigation with Pocket Pair in regards to Power World being essentially like a ripoff of Pokemon, which it's not. Like, if you look at it side by, the only thing that you can say is even remotely similar are the designs of the creatures. But even then, like, they're not one to one, so you can't really make that argument. And granted, we will see that play out. We're still waiting on like the updates on that. But I assume that this is also like you said, in an effort to further be distinct, where any other game can't make it so that way it looks even remotely similar to Pokemon. And it's also funny too because Nintendo doesn't even own Pokemon outright. They own majority stake, but they don't own it fully. I guess it's controlling stake, and I guess that gives them the power to do this stuff. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that somebody could offer to buy. Not that they would sell it, but money talks. If the price is right, they will sell it. If it makes sense. They did that with Rare. Microsoft bought Rare, the controlling stake of Rare, from Nintendo. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that somebody, if it's somebody with enough money, could come to Nintendo and be like, "Hey, we want to buy the rights to Pokemon from you, at least the controlling rights," and they might sell it.
Oh, there's no might. There's no might in that. Stop playing games.
It's a very real possibility. So the fact that they're going this hard for Pokemon is kind of ridiculous, because they don't even own it 100%. So honestly, it's just, I think it's more them protecting themselves and basically putting more fear into other developers for attempting to try and copy them, or not even copy them, but like take some aspects of their games. Because I mean, there's other games that also do other stuff from other Nintendo titles, like what was that game that Ubisoft made that looked almost identical to Breath of the Wild, like from the UI, and like when you climbed, it has the little circle. I forgot what game it was. But that game, there was one game, and then it was supposed to have a sequel, and then it got canceled. And who knows? It could have been Nintendo contacting Ubisoft, being like, "Hey, don't do that. Stop." So, yeah, I think this is just Nintendo, just being Nintendo. They don't want anybody to leech off of them, even the slightest. And this shouldn't be a surprise either, because they've gone after independent creators who made like ROM hacks of their games and stuff like that. And this is going back like 15, 20 years. Like they've been doing this, so this isn't surprising. And I don't think they will like enforce this, because it's too, like I said, it's too specific to Pokemon that I don't think they could do it. But will they? Who knows?
Just having the ability out there to do it. I mean, nobody's the same thing with the Nemesis system with Warner Brothers. Nobody's ever used it after that,
Yeah, nobody's tried. Yeah, because they don't want to enter into a legal battle with Warner Brothers, because why would you?
And but the same thing is with Nintendo. Nintendo enters legal battles all the time.
Yeah.
They don't care. So who's to say they won't enforce it,
I don't know. That's the issue. That they're basically putting their stake on the ground and being like, "Go ahead, try it." And then who knows if anybody will try it.
Microsoft will probably be the only company that'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna use this, and we dare you to take us to court. Like, we'll drown you in litigation."
I mean, Microsoft did like partner up with Pocket Pair to put Power World on Game Pass. So I mean,
yeah,
they're in support of whatever they're doing. But they're also they're trying to play nice with Nintendo, so I don't think they're gonna do anything. But time will tell.
Everyone tries to play nice with Nintendo.
I just don't like Nintendo. I just don't like Nintendo being like kind of like the gatekeeper of this stuff. Yeah. It shouldn't be Nintendo doing that.
It shouldn't be anyone technically doing it.
It shouldn't be anyone. Yes, you're right.
It is
the whole patent thing.
The patent thing is ridiculous. I understand. It's totally ridiculous, and as you said, it leads such a dangerous path that can lose so much stuff.
Absolutely, I'm just sick and tired of game companies thinking they can control whatever they want, wherever they want, with a patent, and that's it. It's theirs. Sucks.
I mean, that's capitalism, right?
I guess. And that's all we got for the news. Want to end it there on the Nintendo hate.
Yeah, we gotta talk down on Nintendo.
That's
Always
crazy.
take the opportunity.
We're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna lose so much one day.
All right, well, with that being said, remember that if you're watching us on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can comment and, well, I don't know if you can comment, but you can rate us and share us. So, as Brother Zay said, and what I usually say, bring our show to more earballs. If you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, which is NordVPN, W Energy, and Starforge PCs. Save some money on subscription and products, and it'll help us out. And we thank them, and we thank you. And I think that's it. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
This is Slim Reader.